Hey, lovelies. Come on in, get your coffee going, get your tea, get your earphones. we have some serious talking to talk about, and I'm going to talk about medicines, but the main topic I'm talking about is domestic violence. So I got a little bit of rose going on. And now I'm doing a little bit of basil. And it's funny, been up since 7, handling, take care of things. And everything was fine. Everything was quiet. Here it is, 10, 16. And all of a sudden, because of what I'm getting ready to come on and talk about, the blowers come out of nowhere. They don't normally show up until around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to do all their stuff, and they're normally done. But as soon as I said, okay, I'm going to go on, go live and talk about this, or what I experienced, and talk about this, and the blowers come around. I say, is this not a simulation or what? You know, who does that? So thank you for the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia Priestess McCullough, as well as Niana. And Niana is my given Taino name. So, and I connect with that very well. So I want to talk about something that I've been noticing. And I'm going to stand in my crone energy and who I am energy. Because this is the energy that I've been witnessing. And last night, I can't really even say last night, I have to say early this morning, I thought I was in some kind of nightmare, reliving something that I had went through. So there's just been a lot of, and I noticed it, like I said, when the weather changed, when the clouds came in and it got kind of dampy bampy around here and drizzly, and this weird stuff was all on the cars, just enough to mess up your cars. So you have to go wash them and do all this stuff. And I just remember saying, the pressure was really heavy, and I was having like this barometric pressure headaches, but I was watching people's behaviors, and I was watching how it really was affecting men and people, but mainly men, to be more violent. And not all men, I'm going to clarify this. I was just witnessing some things with men. Okay, so I'm not picking on the divine masculine. Don't get it all skippy duty. Okay, so, but I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying, because I want you to be observant. Now, I already saw some things that were happening that was playing out right here on YouTube on some people that were doing their teachings and what have you, and they had picked up certain type of things that were going on at these concerts where the artists are throwing mics at people. And the one guy, a part I saw, he was singing, And then he had his guitar thing, and then all of a sudden he just turned around and whacked this woman. And all of them were targeted women. Women were being, hit, like thrown down, like you're gonna stay down, you're staying down. To all those who participate in this behavior and that energy, here's the message for you. And it gives me great pleasure to say this. If you've been participating in any of this type of energy towards women, especially now, of what we are embarking upon, you will not be on this planet much longer. You've left the imprinted energy of the signature of what you have done. You will not be here much longer. Your days are numbered. You left the imprinted image of harm that you have done to a woman for no reason. Just did it. So that energy is coming for you. Just know that. What I witnessed this morning, and I'm going to tell you, I have to kind of be protective where I am and the young one that I'm responsible for. Because I don't want any harm coming to myself or her. Because somebody is psychotic, abusive, and violent to a woman. Now, these are just some of the things I witnessed that's playing out, and people are playing it and showing it on their teaching platforms, their shows. Now, watch this violence and the energy for the past week in one apartment building has been off the hook. If it's not somebody yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs about something that the person did, something that the person said, they're violently screaming. And then it gets quiet. Then you hear the man screaming at the top of his lungs, saying, I'm effing doing this, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to da 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 da. It's all of this violent energy that I was witnessing coming from this one apartment building. Okay. And I said, wow. So when I look at it, I see the energy of this. And I'm like, okay. So I'm in the bed, I'm sleeping, went to bed early. And all of a sudden, kind of like when you're in those alpha delta waves and you're right in between that spirit time, I was in there. And I could feel myself turning, and I was looking, trying to feel like, where was I hearing this distress? I kid you not, I heard this woman screaming in her apartment at the top of her lungs, get away from me, stop it, stop it. Somebody help me, somebody help me. And it just kept echoing on that side of the building out through the parking lot. So I'm like kind of trying to come out of it. Please put a like on the video because I want this message to get out. And I'm trying to figure out, what am I hearing? And I kind of come out of it, and I lay there, I take a breath, and then I hear it again. Help me, help me, help me. Somebody help me. And then I hear all this. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know? So I sit up, I listen for the young one. I said, okay, she's sleeping. I check her energy. Everybody else sleep. I'm waking up. I get out the bed. I go over to the window, and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, where's this coming from? Who is this? What's happening? Because I don't know if it's somebody who was hurt or No, this brought back my own personal stuff, what I used to deal with when I was married to the man I thought at that time was the love of my life, and how abusive he became after 3 years of marriage. And on the fourth year, I left his house. And a lot of us don't get out in time. We stay. We use two excuses. We think we can't make it on our own, or we stay for because of the children. That's the worst reason to stay in an abusive relationship. Now, I'm about to get really raw here because some of you keep making excuses for that individual, and you stay thinking it's going to get better. And this goes for jobs too. When you get abused at a job, same thing. Someone's coming in, raising their authority and screaming and yelling at you and belittling you in front of people so people can hear it in the staff, and staff is hearing someone getting torn down. Nobody ever gets in and says anything because they know the person's out of balance when they're doing it. Abuse is abuse. But this woman, I witnessed this playing out. And I'm like, okay, let me get my phone. Let me call 911. I don't know where she's going. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if he has a gun. I don't know what he's doing. So I finally see her coming out into the middle of the parking lot, and she's running. Her hair is all disheveled. He's coming after her like a fucking bull. He goes, oh no, you ain't getting away from me. You get your ass back in the house. She says, I'm not going anywhere with you. Stay away from me. Don't you touch me. And then she falls, and he's getting right on top of her, and she pushes him away. And I'm like, okay, where are you going? And then I can see like there's some scuffling. She's screaming. She says, somebody help me. Da 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 da. No lights are going on. Nothing's happening. And then I'm getting ready to dial, and I hear Spirit said, no, we got this. Stay in the shadows. I'm like, okay. She had the keys with her. Thank God, because that's what he was after, trying to get the keys from her. So she couldn't leave. Isn't that just like someone when they're bullying you and they're chasing you and they're trying to keep you in their stuff? They want to make sure you can't make a phone call, you can't get your keys. I've been there. My guy ripped the phone out of the wall so I couldn't call, and then took my keys so I couldn't leave. And we had a fight on. There was a lot of kicking and screaming and pushing and shoving and pushing down the stairs, and then barricading myself in my medicine room and moved my desk up against the door so he couldn't get in. I said, you need to leave me alone. And I just remember saying to myself, this woman is going through the same thing. And all of a sudden I hear, get back here. She got in the truck and she sped off, and she stayed gone. She left. And then I watched him walk back, like the anger and the energy. And then I saw this dark, shadowy being walking behind him, the attachment to him. And I said, look at that. Wow. And he went back into the apartment, whichever apartment he came from, and was gone. And it got quiet, it got still. Like no frogs, no nothing. Nothing was making a sound. It got still. I said, okay, this is what we got going on. We got these attachments going in, really wreaking harm on women. So I got quiet. My heart was racing. And I was like standing there. And I said, okay, she got out. It's going to be up to her to make the right decisions to stay gone, report it, get somewhere safe, not to go back, not to fall for the fake ass phone calls. Honey, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. How many of you have heard that line? Oh, it'll never happen again. I'll never lay my hand. I was just having a bad day. I'm going through some stuff. Nah, 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 nah. You put your hands on me. Woman is sacred to this earth. We are sacred beings. We bring life into this world. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be here. Period. So when we witness women being attacked by men, being abused, there's a hush that comes over us, and there's something that takes over. And I felt this energy come through me, and it was like my heart, my breath, and then I started having flashbacks of myself, what I was experiencing. And to really let you know, the apartment I was living in at the time when all of this really got heightened for me was a number 9 apartment. And I was just like, whoa. So I laid back down and I said, okay, what can I do to clean, one, dissipate, neutralize the energy? What can I do? And so I called in my dragons. And then I called in the ancestors of divine light and said, I need you to go work with her and to help her understand her self worth. Then I need the dragons. Now I'm going to share with you. My first inkling, because my head dragon is all about annihilation. He doesn't ask any question. He just goes, takes care of the situation, and that's it. I love him. I don't have nothing to worry about when he's around. And I said, don't annihilate. Let's get rid of the attached energy that's causing that individual to do what he does, because he's not in himself. He's not home. Something else is in his home. Let's take care of it that way. Then, being the spiralite being that I am, I used my modality and I put the big, pretty spiral all around wherever that energy was: gold, diamond white light, and magenta, to clean it all up, and violet flames. Clean it, dissipate it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And once I did that, my heart stopped racing, because I was doing it on a spirit level, an energetic level. And I said, whatever, keep her safe and keep her from coming back here. Don't let her come back here. Haven't seen her, haven't seen him. Um, Don't know if she's going to really stay out of it. I hope she does. Because when it's violent like that, the way he was just chasing her and just really charging after her and all of his energy, you could just see this rage like, I'm going to take you out. You're going to do what I'm going to show you how to. And she's like, you're going to show me how this is going to go down. I'm going to show you how this is going to go down. Boom. I was like, wow. Now, it's easy to kind of get wrapped up into that energy because you see that. But here's the thing, I don't know if they were into drugs. I don't know. I don't know what the situation. Don't know if he had a gun. That was my main concern. If he was going to start shooting her or stabbing her. How many of us witnessed stuff like that or read about it? You know, it's just we're witnessing a lot of energy, how it's playing out, and it's attacking the feminine energy because she's rising. And the old energy of how things have played out for so long is dying. It doesn't have anything left to anchor to. It has to go. It is not going to be permitted on this earth anymore. It cannot stay. Now, if people want to consent to staying in the lower vibration and live from that point of view and be in that, so be it. But as far as mother is concerned, how she is rising and she's changing, that energy is not going to be tolerated on the planet. Not towards children, not towards women. It's just not. So, this message is for anyone. And I'm talking to you. If you're in an abusive situation and you might be thinking there's no way out, you can't make it out. There you go. You witnessed your father. The abuse starts somewhere. 9 times out of 10, if a woman, a female, witnessed her mother being abused by a father, she herself will end up with an abusive partner because that's what she knows. If a son witnessed a father beating his mother, 9 times out of 10, he's going to turn out to be an abuser because that's what he knows. Somewhere we have to break the generation and the ancestral cycle of the abuse. We have to break it. When you stay in a situation where your life is hanging on a thread at the hands of someone else who can take it from you like that, it's time to get real and say no more and to get out of it. Because a lot of women, they don't get a chance to get out. We hear the horror stories. Oh, man came home, shot up wife or girlfriend. How many young YouTube women found dead at the hands of their boyfriends or love partners? How many have gone missing and find out the husband or the boyfriend did it? Thank God. If you know someone that's going through it, you can't make the decision for them. All you can do is shine your light strong enough so that they can see it and get out of it. Thank you. Thank you. It's we as women, doesn't matter what your color is, women, period, have taken enough abuse. Mother, when we get abused, they are abusing mother because we're connected to her. So, from my priestess heart and my priestess soul to all of you, I'm saying to you, please, if you're in a situation like this, get out of it because that is not love. And when a man can lay his hands on you, personally, any partner, because we got some same on sex people who are abusive too. There are plenty of men that are out there that get abused by their men partners or women partners. Abuse is abuse. When you lay your hands on someone else and you know in your mind you're committing harm, that's abuse. Physical abuse, physical attack. That's violence. So, with that being said, everyone pay attention and don't consent to the energy of these crazy celebrities, singers, whatever the hell they are nowadays, clone bees. It really saddens me how much money people are spending going to a lot of these concerts. Do you really think that's a real person up there singing? Just a thought. Can't put anything past these lower vibrational beings. So, one of the things I'm going to show you, and I want you to get yourselves ready if you would like to make this journey with me on doing the water priestess work. You have to have your sacred bowls. And this one I really, really like. I was collecting these because on new moon, full moon, we get to fill these with water. We get to put our prayers into it, say it, and then go out and give it to the earth. So that when it's taken into the earth, the water takes the message and moves it. In my book, I talk about the water portal. I talk about the water star. A lot of people don't talk about it. Talk about the ice and everything, but they don't talk about we have to come through a water star to get here. This was the bowl that started it all. This was my first water bowl. And it's purple. Loved it because it was purple. These are kind of hard to find. Back in the day, I found these at Ross and can't find them now. Might be able to find them at Home Goods and World Market. But I have to honestly say, I went to World Market and I couldn't really find it. So this is going to be that next journey of doing the water work. Now you can do your water work at the beach, you can do it at the lake, you can do it at the river, however that calls to you. But this was a little bit more contained. How we used to do it back in the day. Put our water in the bowl. We did our talk. And then we gave it to the earth. So I wanted to leave all of you with that. and really leave that message about abuse. And please, if you know someone that's going through it, please, if you got out of it yourself, share your medicine with that person. I know a lot of us are making those connection with women who are going through that to get out of it. This is my part to keep that awareness around. And Divine Goddess, I'm glad. I'm glad you have not gone through that. And I'm sorry that you watched your mother go through that. You know. So everyone, be good to yourself today. I just really felt like I needed to come on and talk about this because it really did affect me watching this man do that. I look upon men as warriors. You have a warrior hood upon you. You are to be the protectors. You are to be the guardians, protectors of the doorways and to your family. Back in the day, that's how the men used to be. Now you got all this stuff that's happening to your body and you don't know what to do. You're numb. We as women are rising up. And like I said, that energy will not be tolerated anymore on this planet. So if all of a sudden you start hearing how men are coming up gone, you'll know why. You'll know that their frequency wasn't right and they were gone. So get right with yourselves and be good to yourselves. And men, if you have your warriorship and you are a defender and a protector, thank you. Remember who you are. And women, remember who you are. All right, lovelies. Thanks for joining me here on Be So Light. Be So Light. Have a great day. And remember who you are.